A project reports a perfect green status for 11 solid months. Then, in month 12, 4 unrelated tasks slip and the schedule completely collapses. The breakdown didn't actually happen in month 12. It happened during planning. Standard practice allows team leads to pad their individual task estimates by 15 to 20%. Because of Parkinson's law, where work expands to fill the time allotted, every single hour of that padded time gets spent. To fix this, we have to strip away those private insurance policies and build a centralized, highly visible reserve. We call this the vault system. A hidden buffer protects nothing. It simply masks a developing crisis until the damage is done. Step 1 is auditing your current schedule. Sit down with your task owners and locate the standard 15 to 20% padding quietly built into their estimates. Once you've identified that extra time, go into your scheduling software and slice it right off the end of every task. What remains is your true, realistic baseline estimate. Expect pushback here. Team leads will naturally try to negotiate to keep a portion of their private padding. Reassure them that you are not eliminating the safety net. You are simply taking it out of the shadows and moving it into the light. This extraction is non-negotiable. If you leave time hidden at the task level, the work will artificially expand to fill the padded timeline every single time. Now that you've stripped the fragmented time from the individual tasks, gather all of it and pool it together into a single centralized project contingency reserve. This graphic shows the structural difference. Instead of 4 hidden task buffers quietly burning down, you now have one visible project buffer covering the entire timeline. Publish this new aggregated buffer in a highly visible location, ensuring the entire project team can monitor its size and status at any given moment. Pooling these reserves creates a mathematical advantage. You need significantly less total time to protect a project from a few random delays than you do to protect every individual task from every possible risk. In practice, Meridian Rail required 4 times less total contingency once their buffers were consolidated. This structure changes the team's relationship with their deadlines. Because task-level padding is removed, team leads focus on accurate delivery dates, while the shared reserve protects the project's finish line instead of individual performance metrics. Consolidating the time is the first step, but that reserve is only effective if it's protected from being drained prematurely. To do that, we apply the vault governance framework. Pay close attention to the U, unlocked by rule. The exact criteria that trigger a draw on the buffer must be defined in writing before the project even begins. Next is limited access. You must assign sole ownership of the buffer to the schedule owner. This removes authorization power from individual team leads entirely. Do not rely on vague access rules like use when needed. That ambiguity turns schedule management into a subjective debate. Rule-based access eliminates the politics. It turns buffer allocation from a high-stress crisis negotiation into a calm, routine mathematical decision. With the buffer locked down, step 3 is establishing a weekly reporting cadence specifically designed to monitor your centralized reserve. Look at the text inside this project buffer box. The critical metric you need to track is the buffer's burn rate, in direct proportion to the overall percentage of project completion. This gives you mathematical proof of health. If your project is 70% complete and only 65% of buffer has been consumed, the project is verifiably safe. Conversely, a buffer burn rate that outpaces project completion is your ultimate early warning signal. It tells you to intervene immediately, weeks before the schedule actually breaks. Under the old system, on track just meant no one had reported an alarm from their hidden task pads. Now, on track means a mathematically verified burn rate that remains securely within tolerance. By completing this checklist, you've successfully moved project risk out of the shadows and established the vault setup. Your final step happens after the project closes. Review the vault system and use real-world data to refine the trigger rules for your next initiative. Individual tasks will still occasionally finish late. That is the nature of project work. But under this system, those delays are now visible, manageable events supported by a collective reserve. True schedule resilience is impossible when it's built on private insurance. It requires bringing risk out into the open, where it can actually be managed.